Hey everyone, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel, happy Wednesday, and welcome back to our Cher discography journey. How's it going, everybody? I am very excited to tackle this album because this is an album today that we're talking about that I feel like I've seen very mixed thoughts on this album. So today we are talking about Cher's ninth studio album, which is called Bittersweet White Light. It was released on April, and well, again, there's no exact date for this one either, but April of 1973. And this album, so basically the gist of it, it's very simple. As we all know, the Sonny and Cher comedy hour was immensely successful. And on the show, Cher would do a lot of covers, whether it be, I think, you know, also modern songs, but also a lot of standards. And Sonny had an idea. He was like, hey, since that's so successful, what if we just cut an album of you releasing a bunch of standards, American songbook standards? And they did that, and the album was a bomb. From what I gathered, the label, she's on another label list. I can't keep up. This is like her one and only album with MCA Records. I think, yeah, because Foxy Lady, that ended that, whatever label and this album just did not do well at all. It's classified as Cher's first commercial failure of the 70s. This wouldn't be the last, unfortunately. It charted at number 140 on the Billboard 200, which is not great. There was only one single for this album, which was Am I Blue, and it did not even chart. So with looking at these songs, what I gather, a lot of them are written by composers that I know, especially, you know, like George the Gershwins, Oscar Hammerstein, and I guess that's really it. Yeah, that's okay. So that's really, oh, Duke Ellington, I know who that is. So, but out of all these songs, I only know one of them. Small hint, it's The Man That Got Away, which is not till the end. And I'm almost positive I've heard Cher's rendition of it, but not sure. So I think the best thing to do is to get started with track number 1, which is, oh, I should also say I own this album. It's been sitting on my, what is it? My, shelf, just collecting dust. So I mean, I like the cover. I think it's interesting. I didn't notice this until I pulled it out today, but she's wearing like a fur in it, which is like cute. And the back is cute too. So we like that. Compared to Foxy Lady, it's an upgrade. So either way, I'm excited to go through and finally listen to this and then spin the vinyl when I'm done. So here we go. We begin with track number 1, which is called By Myself. Liking the piano so far. I gotta go.
Myself, 'cause this is the end of romance. It's only a day.
I love the vocals.
So I'm gonna try to apply myself.
Oh.
Just like a bird on the wing.
On the wing.
By myself, you see, I'm by
alone. I like that. Everything is so good so far.
I gotta go my way by myself.
The end. Wow. I like this.
I gotta go my way all by myself.
Oh yeah, baby. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so that was By Myself. So before we get into it, because like I just can thankfully on Wikipedia click on each song. So this is from a musical called Between the Devil. Not one I'm familiar with, but it's from 1937, and it looks like that's the one and only production of it that's ever happened, at least professionally, on Broadway, or at least. What's interesting about this song, before we even talk about Cher's vocals, is that I don't think that this song sounds like something from 1937. It sounded, weirdly enough, rather modern. Like, it sounded very, well, you know, 70s. But it didn't seem like something that was, like, old. You know what I mean? So how they reworked it, really well done. Now, Cher's vocal, Sweetie. Now, this is actually something that I want to say. As we all know, Foxy Lady, the album we listened to last week, is basically just sad lady. It's just a bunch of sad songs. Nothing foxy about it except for Never Been to Spain. This is a foxy lady right here. I love it lyrically. I mean, not just in her vocals, but she's talking about this love ain't it, and she's got to go on by herself, and she's going to do it. It's going to be a little tough, but she's going to do it because she is that bitch. So I liked By Myself. I thought that this was actually a very good track. I mean, production-wise, it was great. Cher's vocals with the, like, the very nasal almost, but when Cher does nasal, it almost doesn't sound like nasal. You know what I mean? It's weird, but I did like this a lot, so that easily gets a like. Track number 2, I Got It Bad, and That Ain't Good. This title sounds familiar, so let's see if it's something I know. La da da dee. Ooh.
It's me sweet and gentle. Oh, the way that he should.
No, it's not. This is lovely.
Crying my heart out.
Okay. Oh, the breath. I love that.
He don't love me like I love him. Bad.
Bad. Oh, love the trumpets. Or maybe it's a saxophone, I'm not sure. It's a horn instrument. Oh. Oh. Come on.
Oh, bad, I got it bad and that ain't good. Bad, bad.
Bad, bad.
Ooh,
Whoa.
bad.
Oh, this is
Bad, bad, bad.
bad, bad. Okay, that was I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good, and this was actually a stellar recording. So obviously Cher sounded so in control of her voice, so perfect. This song is further proof that one of these days we really need Cher. She teased us like at the beginning of this year. She wrote on Twitter, she's like, thinking about doing a virtual show. I just have too many fucking songs. I don't know which ones to pick. This is proof that one of these days Cher really does need to do like a little mini nightclub tour of just standards, some of her like more rare hits, you know, things like that, some of these album cuts. This is proof that she can do it. She's more than just the smoke and mirrors of you know, the here we go. Not to say we don't want that, because I mean, once COVID is done, which hopefully is soon, Cher, you gotta come back. We're waiting. We'll be there. It's proof that she is so talented, so amazing. Everything about this track is just perfect. I love the layering with her voice, the orchestra. It's just, or maybe it's a band, I'm not sure, but either way, stellar, everything about it. I liked this song. It was just such a whole ass mood. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Track number 3, the lead and final single, Am I Blue?
Am I blue?
Ah, the vocals.
Oh, am I blue?
Ah, blue. I love it. Okay, that sounds kind of modern.
Am I blue?
Oh, I really thought right there, I was like, hold up, are we about to go into a dance break?
Are you been true? I said if each plan with your man on the dumb the only one
the
was
vocals.
I gay? Or was I gay until today?
Love an old use of the term gay. That's always fun.
Oh God, damn
Mammy's gone.
Left behind only one. Am I blue?
Come on, let's bring it home.
Am I blue?
Blue.
Oh, now he's gone and we're through. Am I blue?
That's it. Yes. Yes. Okay, that was Am I Blue, and this is a great choice for a single. I don't know if it's necessarily the right choice in 1973, but I mean, this deserved to be sent out there. I personally would have maybe preferred I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good as a single, as for me, but I think this one sounds a tad more modern. It doesn't sound as, American Songbook per se. This song though is actually one of so far the more recent writings. It looks like it's from 1957. But this just slayed the scene. I mean, I love the term of use. It's funny when we look back and she was like, was I gay yesterday? And I'm like, oh, when gay men, I mean, it still does when you think about it. But I mean, we got definitely much more of a mix of vocals in this one. I think it was definitely vocally a mix of By Myself and I Got It Bad, That Ain't Good, because we got a little bit more of the nasal, but we got the beginning where she's like, am I blue? It was, whoa, this is a great song. There's a lot of good contenders for like, especially with me being a musical theater person, like to put in my book, you know, because always gotta have it. Although, wait, it looks like, wait, I lied. Is a song copyrighted in Okay, so this is from 1929. I feel like an idiot. I didn't read that top part. I was reading down here where it said the Eddie Cochran version is from Okay, so anyways, I was wrong. 1929. Either way, this did sound a tad more modern. It looks like it's also, it looks like it's appeared in a lot of movies, but it's also appeared in Funny Lady. I've actually never seen Funny Lady. I've actually never even gotten through Funny. Wait. I've heard this song before. I have. It's on the Divine Miss M, and actually on my wall. You can't, well, here. It's right there. So, I've heard that, where does this appear in the album? Okay, so it's on the underside one. So I've heard this before. I don't remember it as well. It's a good song. Good song. We'll leave it there. Track number 4, How Long Has This Been Going On? This, I like how there's slight touches of modern sounds in this. Interesting. Where have you been?
A little while. Come on, tell me now. Oh,
this sounds familiar too.
How long has this been going on?
The orchestra, the strings, it's beautiful. Oh wow.
Ooh, I feel got what I thought I was before. Oh, I feel like
That was lovely.
How long has this been going on?
But that was How Long Has This Been Going On? And another great stellar track. I mean, I don't know what more I can say about it that I haven't said with the others. I would say that song-wise, this is probably maybe my least favorite out of them, but not really much. That's just more me maybe trying to pull out a slight criticism. But I mean, again, this was so good. There was a part in the song where her vocal, she was just letting it rip and rip and rip, and I was like, oh, Cher, take me in. I loved it. I really did like it, so it gets another like. Track number 5, The Man I Love, which is also the final song on side A.
My way.
My way.
I'll do my best to make him stay. Tuesday will be Footloose Day. Just meant for two, from which I'll never live. He'll build a little home, just meant for two.
Wow. I love that. Oh, she's holding that. She's still going. Okay, no. That was a long note. Okay, that was The Man I Love, and I'm comfortable saying that so far this was my least favorite track on the album. There's a lot going on, so I think maybe it just takes a couple more times to dissect this one, but this one was just a little more busier than I wanted it to be. What definitely sticks out, though, is Cher's long note at the end, slaying the scene. So for this one, I'm not going to put a like right away, but I definitely could see in a few re-listens me coming around to this one. Okay, we are officially on side B of the record. We begin with track number 6, which is a medley. It's called the Jolson medley. It looks like it's of 3 songs: Sonny Boy, My Mammy, Rockabye Your Baby with a Dixie melody. So let's hear this.
Climb upon my knee.
I also love the term Sonny Boy. Sonny.
You are only 3, Sonny Boy.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, when there are gray skies, honey, I don't mind those gray skies. Oh, let 'em go and forsake me. Oh, you're gonna pull me straight through your heaven for me right here I'm coming. Oh, yes, I'm coming.
Okay, she's coming.
I'm sorry that I'm dead. Oh, yes, I'm coming. God, I'm coming. I hope and pray it's not too late for me. Oh, sing soft and low, just as though all you had me, you
Oh, wow.
had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'm gonna deliver on a minute that you see. Oh, that's whatever.
Wow. What I loved about this medley, again, you know, we could go on to talk all day about Cher's vocals because she is slaying the scene on this album. What I love, though, with this medley is that the 3 songs transition into each other, like, purely. So much so that I really couldn't tell you when. Probably for the first 2, but for the second one I couldn't. So I could definitely hear the transition from Sonny Boy into My Mammy. It sounded perfect the way it just transitioned. But for My Mammy into Rockabye Your Baby with it, I don't really know when it switched. I was like, you could have fooled me. I love just the progression of the song and the progression of Cher's vocals. Hey everyone, sorry to include this like little weird interlude, or not interlude, but this little piece right here into the middle in between these 2 songs. But I want to address something that I didn't address when doing my initial reaction because I wasn't sure how to say it, and then I was like, well, maybe I don't need to say it, but then I should. And then I listened to the Turn Back Time podcast for this certain album, Bittersweet White Light, and I think it's important to address it. As we know, in that medley we just listened to, the terms that they use, like about her mammy and Dixie, well, the first one is a racial stereotype, and the other one is a word that was used to describe the southern states during the Civil War. So these songs are obviously not appropriate in 2020 or 2021. It's wow. And so I feel that I should just say that here, that it's not appropriate in this era. But you know, like I said, we can't excuse it. I mean, it's from 1973. That's not the biggest worry we should be worrying about right now. But I just want to say that I do acknowledge that, and that I'm sorry I didn't in the first half. I just think that it's right to say this here, but I just wanted to insert that real quick. Track number 7, More Than You Know. That sound just now just gave me a flashback to the opening of the Backstage album. That was not good. I got scared for a second there. Whoa.
Lately I find you on my mind. Man, I'm my own. I'm on a string all along. I need you so. More than you ever know about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, oh how I cry,
She cries.
oh how I die.
Oh, how I die.
If you got tired and said goodbye, loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, how I die. Oh, more than you ever know.
Come on. Oh. Na, 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 na. Okay, that was More Than You Know, and what I like about this song is that Cher is just telling her lover, she's like, I love you more than you know, and I'm going to express it in every way possible. This is definitely one of the songs on here that has a busier production on it, but it works because I think it conveys, like, more than you know, there's so much coming out of me because I love you. This was so good. I loved her na 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 towards the end. That was a lot of fun, so I liked it. Track number 8, Why Was I Born? And this is a sad title, so let's see.
Why was I born? Tell me why am I living? What do I give? Or what am I giving? Why was I born to love you? Or why do I try to call you near me?
Well, that's a little scary. Okay, yeah, that was Why Was I Born, and that did little to nothing for me. I did like the vocals. I liked how she was not afraid to get down there and get dirty with it, but the song itself and the production, I was like a little like, especially because like the last 45 seconds of it are just like this weird instrumental, and I was like, okay. So yeah, it didn't do much for me. Okay, we are on track number 9, the final track of the album. This is The Man That Got Away, a song I do know because of the amazing film and performance given by Miss Judy Garland in A Star Is Born. I have the Blu-ray, actually, of it, so we love that. And also, not to just talk about Judy, but I have also seen the iconic, amazing Miss Barbra Streisand sing this song live. So I take that, it's sentimental to me. So this is The Man That Got Away.
The night is better. The stars
Have lost their glitter. I have heard shit. I remember this now.
Its final end. Don't know Crying for the man that got away.
Okay, that was Cher's rendition of The Man That Got Away. And I will say, actually, listening to this, that transition that happens in between Why I Was Born and The Man That Got Away actually does make me like that song a little more. As for Cher's version of the song, I can't say it's good. It's really good. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, how do you surpass Judy Garland singing it in A Star Is Born? So I put a like next to it. It's not one that I always seek out necessarily, but it is good. Just, you know, I mean, you know. Okay, guys, we just finished Cher's 9th studio album, Bittersweet White Light. And honestly, I think I understand why some comments on this album are either it's very praised or just kind of like, eh. This feels weird because, you know, it's funny, you know, considering that most of Cher's career, still to this stage of the game, is based on a lot of cover songs. And, you know, covers weren't as, like, they're not taboo, but, you know, they weren't as taboo back then. It was more common for many different versions of a song to appear on the radio. This one almost feels like the most weird because, I mean, it's like a bunch of standards. But it also feels, it's weird. It's weird how to describe this. This feels right. I feel like it's so cool when we get an artist go back and do the standards. We seldom get those type of albums. We've definitely got it with Miss Barbra Streisand. We've gotten it. I know Gloria Estefan has an album of standards, but I know a lot of people have always wished that Mariah Carey or Celine Dion would go through and do an album of standards. Oh my God, could you imagine? I mean, with that little taste we got of Lullaby of Birdland on the Rarity CDs, I mean, we can dream. I think it would be a dream, but it's also it's like kind of hard to forget that Cher did it too. She has her own album of standards. It's weird. It's like it's hard to describe. All in all, this album, vocal-wise from Cher, is just perfect. I mean, the control she has over her low notes to the higher notes to, like, everything about it. What I really find that I love is that she's not afraid to not sound pretty. Like, where she's like, the night is loud. She's very growly, very nasally, but it's conveying the emotion that she wants to set forth, like, outward. Because, you know, after all, she's an actress. She's an award-winning actor. Not at this stage, but she would soon have that Oscar. No need to fear. I liked it. I have to say my favorite tracks I learned were probably the first 3 with By Myself, I Got It Bad, and That Ain't Good, and My Blue, How Long Has This Been Going On, the Jolson medley, More Than You Know, and obviously The Man That Got Away. I feel like if you're not really into standards, I feel like maybe this isn't your shtick. I get that, you know? I feel like this isn't one that I would, like, it's almost weird because I feel like to me this is the one that I almost don't consider part of, like, the discography, and it feels like its own separate entity. Much like a holiday album, like a standard album feels that way too, because which is weird though, because I mean a lot of her albums haven't presented like necessarily new material. But this album did remind me a little bit of Jackson Highway in that the songs, something felt right about the recording of this album. Something felt, there was magic here. There was something that really worked. It's a shame that this did not do well at all, especially because, I mean, this is 73. I feel maybe if her voice had been where it was here in the 60s, I feel like this might have been a bigger hit because especially with, you know, Barbra Streisand, not to say she wasn't as big in the 70s, but I could have seen this, you know, doing very well, you know, back a little further back. But it's weird to think, too, considering the show was so popular, that this didn't, I don't know. It's actually kind of shocking. But I'm really happy I took the time to go through and listen to this. Oh, there's another note. I didn't read this before, so we're going to read this together. There's a note from Sonny on the back here. It says, I was asked to describe this album in words. Okay, so why is Sonny writing this? I don't know. If I can, I'll try. As a singer, you make me feel. Every time I listen to Cher sing on this album, I feel sad, I feel happy, I feel lonesome, I feel love, but most of all, I feel. That's right, son. For the 10 years I've known Cher, she's always wanted to make people feel. She did it this time. She did it all this time. Okay, weird that Sonny was the one that wrote the note, but cute. I liked that, actually. I also look back here, it says this album was produced by Sonny Bono for Cher Bono. Funny. So yeah, Bittersweet White Light is a little bit, it's like an oddity, but it's also not. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. But But I'm happy that I finally took the time and sat through and listened to it. This was a fun listen. It was nice to experience some standards, considering that a lot of these songs, you know, are, you know, very unisex. They've been sung by both male and female. Maybe I have something to add for my book for, you know, like my musical theater book for a good song, a good American standard. So that's nice to know. But yeah, that was this was interesting. It was an interesting little piece that I'm happy I took the time to. I liked it. It was nice. I might grow, this one might grow on me immensely more as I get to, you know, spin it on my Audio-Technica. So what do you guys think of Bittersweet White Light? Let me know in the comments below. As always, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff, TikTok at Sal Rocha1. Just a few announcements. So this airs on a Wednesday. If you're seeing this, you know, years from now, then discard. But my Britney Spears discography journey begins. When is this video airing? Because it's gonna air on a Wednesday, but is that April 1st? My calendar is not popping up. So oh yeah. So no, this is going live on March 31st, but you know, April is the next day. So my Britney Spears discography journey begins this April. Hopefully you guys will join me on there as well. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I will see you next week, when you'll see me, you know, obviously before that because of the Britney one, but for Cher stuff, you will see me next week when we tackle, I believe, Sonny and Cher's final studio album, which is called Mama Was a Rock and Roll Singer and Papa Used to Write All Her Songs. Long title, and it'll be interesting to wrap up Sonny and Cher's, you know, discography there too, but I'll see you next week. So we always end on a pun, and I guess, well, I got this up right here. Am I blue? Not really. I'm by myself, but I'm thanking you guys for watching this. I'm about to be the man that got away because I'm going. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.